Okay, artists, let's start drawing our very expressive portraits, or our faces with feelings. So in my book, I had this artist scribbled to music page right next to this blank page. So I'm going to use this one right here. And I'm just going to kind of fold that over so I have one little blank page to look at. So when we draw a face, we start by drawing the head, which is kind of like a big oval. So on our paper, we're going to draw this kind of ovally shape. It's okay if you're, look at my head's a little wonky over here. That's okay. If you have an eraser, you can erase. But if you want to leave it a little bit wonky, you can leave it a little bit wonky too. Maybe it'll be a silly face. Okay. So it's kind of big at the top. It's a little bit smaller at the bottom because this is where your chin goes. And if it helps you, you can press down lightly with your pencil. It makes it a little bit easier to erase. So once we have our head, we're going to add our neck. And our neck is what holds up our head. So we make two tall lines that go down for our neck. And it has to be pretty big to hold up your head. You might even have a little t-shirt that comes up right there. Maybe you have shoulders that you want to draw. You can decide sort of what you want it to look like. So we have this basic head. And now we need to add the thing that's on top of our head. What's that called? That's right, hair. We need to add some hair. So maybe you have short spiky hair that you can add. Or maybe you have long curly hair that you can add with curvy lines. I have longer straight hair. So I'm going to use my straight lines to start showing where my hair is going to be. I have little bangs that show too. So I have a bunch of lines of hair over here. And if you need to erase different things, you sure can. We're going to color all of these big lines in later, so you don't need to worry about it too much. But you can kind of see I have a big, long shape with all of these little lines. And that's where my hair is going to go. Think about what your hair looks like. Or maybe there's hair that you've always wanted to have, but you never could, and you could try that one today because it's in our sketchbook, and it's imaginary. So now that we have a hair and a head and a neck, we need to start adding the parts of our face. I like to go from the top down. So if you feel your face, the very top thing you have is called an eyebrow, and you have two of them. So we can add eyebrows to our picture. Some of us have thick eyebrows. Some of us have thin eyebrows. It's up to you. My face is going to feel happy today. Kind of like calm happy because that's how I'm feeling. So I'm going to have my little person winking. So when I think about the shape of my eyes, they're kind of like big ovals. And we have sort of circles inside, and that's how we see. Sometimes our eyelashes show in our pictures, sometimes they don't. You can decide. But if you're feeling like calm or sleepy and you might want to show what a closed eye looks like, then it would just be this little U. And then you could add some eyelashes to show that the eye is closed. I'm feeling happy, so maybe my face is winking. So I'm going to have one eye open and one eye closed just to be kind of silly about it. Next down, we have our nose. And we can show it a couple different ways. I'll show you some different kinds. You could make a tiny little circle for a nose. You could make sort of a big long L shape for a nose. You could have a little bumpy nose. It's up to you. You can decide what you want your nose to look like. I'm going to leave my nose sort of this little U shape because I think it adds to my feeling of calm. And since I'm feeling calm, I'm going to have a little smile. If you want to add lips to your smile, you can kind of add a little mountain with a little banana underneath. It's up to you. Maybe if you're feeling angry, you have a big zigzag line mouth instead. Or if you're sad, maybe it's a frown, right? All of our faces will look a little bit different. But that's how we set up our face, artists. So once we have this, you can start out. Nope.